Hi guys, it's Ray here from Man City Fan Chat, new YouTube channel. So today's our first day of broadcasting. You might have seen a short video this morning, chatting about what I'm going to be doing going forwards. But I need a few of you guys. I need somebody on. Otherwise, there's no there's no point having a live stream. Hey, first guy. Come on, guys, say something. 2 people. That's better than none. Let's see if it's somebody we recognize. Come on, guys. It's lonely. Oh, back down to 1 person. Wow. You have to wait till someone says hello or writes me a question. There's not much point to it. Hey, O'Neill. Yeah, how you doing, buddy? It's my new channel. Where are you from, O'Neill? Is that O'Neill? You're going to have to help me with saying that. It's my new channel. Yep. How you doing, buddy? Are you all right, hopefully? Who else is about? I think it's going to be a quiet start, obviously. First day. Nigeria, are you all right? Hey, Football Fan Chat, how you doing, buddy? I'm on my laptop, straight on my laptop. Apparently my laptops must have the software or whatever to be able to stream. I don't even need 1,000 subscribers, although I think I had about 90 when I looked earlier today. So it's not bad in less than 24 hours to get 90 subscribers with, if you follow your social media and your Twitter, with a lot of stuff that's going on at the moment. I'm really lucky to get that many subscribers already. So thanks everybody who subscribed. Football Fan Chat. I mean, I know this is going to come up, and I will address it at some point, probably later in the video. I will address it because if I address it now, I suspect in 5 or 10 minutes, when a few more people are on, I might have to address it again. So for the time being, yes, I'll answer that. Yes, I'll say a little bit more, but not too much later on as things develop. As hopefully a few more people come on, up to 6 people, and a couple of likes. So yeah, guys, you're in it at day 0 or day 1. So you guys are the first ones to get involved with this new channel. So get your questions out. You got your opportunity now. It's not as if we got 40 or 50 people asking questions at the same time. You guys, there's only half a dozen of you. So you got an opportunity to get your questions in. Yeah, I know it's going to be in the elephant in the room, Football Fan Chat. It was bound to happen. You're not annoying me. Don't worry about it. I just say, rather than having to repeat myself every 2 or 3 minutes, I was hoping to, leave it for 5 or 10 minutes and then hit that nail on the head. But hey, there's not many people here, so I might as well say a little bit. I'm not going to say too much. It's not going to be anything more than I've already said on Twitter or on my YouTube video this morning. Yeah, we had a falling out, and as I said on Twitter, I think I said, serious disagreement, and I left. I decided that's enough, and so I decided to leave. I'm not going to be saying too much about why I've left and what's, you might have read a lot of stuff on Twitter today. That's been said. I don't want to go down that route. Other people, if they want to talk about it, and they can talk about it. Okay, I don't need to say anything. I've just asked respectfully for other people just to be truthful. If they want to talk about it, they can. Just be truthful with whatever you say, and go ahead and do whatever you want. It's not going to worry me. I want to move forward. I don't want to live in the past. Although I suspect it'll keep coming up for a little while. O'Neill, how much do you think we're going to spend this summer? All right, a question. How much will we spend this summer? Will I ever do a collaboration with this team company? First, how much will we spend? Well, I suspect we're going to get a centre back. We're going to get a defensive midfielder, and we may get one or two other players. Now, obviously, it's going to depend who we go for. If we go someone like JOAO FELIX, we're going to be spending the best part of 190, let's say 90 million quid on JOAO FELIX. If we buy Matis de Ligt, we'll be spending, for argument's sake, the best part of 70 million on Matis de Ligt. Those two are the that we need to fill. And if we get a defensive midfielder in the shape of Rodrigo, we'll have to spend another, let's say, 60 million quid there. So that to me is about 230 million. I think we'll buy a few other kids. So I can easily see us spending 250 million quid. We'll get a few sales. Whether Danilo goes, we get a little bit of money for him. Mangala will go, we'll get a little bit of money for him. Whether one or two others go, whether Otamendi stays or goes, we'd get a little bit of money for him. Delph, a little bit of money. But to be honest, we have no idea what we're going to bring in. So we might spend about 250 million. We might bring in 70, 80 million. If Sane goes, we'll bring in about 150 million. So, we're not worried about net spend. City can very comfortably spend 250 million pounds in this transfer window without making any sales. They will make sales. They'll sell some kids. There's no doubt we'll sell some kids. Last summer, we sold about just under 50 million pounds worth of mostly kids. We sold Joe Hart as well for £3.5 million to Burnley, but the rest of it was mostly kids. Angus Gunn went for about 12, 13 million. I think we sold Enes Unal as well, and lots of other little bits and pieces, Angelino, Pablo Maffeo, and stuff like that. Will I do a collaboration with their steam company? I think it's highly unlikely. He has, I think, probably too much water's gone under the bridge with him. He has different values to me. He does things for different reasons to what I've done, what we've done in the past, what I've done, what I'm doing now, and let him get on with his stuff, and I'm quite happy to get on with my stuff. Cobby Danky, if you're the same Cobby on Twitter, thanks, mate. Very few voices of reason out there today, but you seem to be one of them. Why has it taken so long to announce a signing, especially for the defensive midfield position? Well, contrary, I popped this up a couple of days ago. Contrary to what other people say, you can actually sign players before the transfer window opens. From my understanding, is you can't register them. Real Madrid have signed Eden Hazard. Well, how can they do that before the transfer window's opened? They've signed him. He hasn't, finished the sign with the registration. That's how I see it working. So City could do the same. Frankie de Jong's going to Barca. I can't remember when he told everybody he's going. Well, transfer window hasn't opened, but he's going there. So I don't know why City haven't done it. I think it could be a whole host of reasons. For instance, if you're going after somebody from a Portuguese club who plays for the national team, there's no way that they can do a transfer. Realistically, it's very tough before the Nations League is over. Okay, if we were going for someone like Harry Maguire, for example, for argument's sake, I'll mention him, then we couldn't do that until the Nations League was over. They wouldn't allow us to really do it after the end of the season and before the Nations League starts, because he'd be away with England. So you just can't do that. So if the player's coming from England, or the player's coming from Holland, let's say, or the player's in Portugal or Switzerland, you're not going to really do it. So I think once the Nations League is over tonight, we'll get on and it starts. I think we'll start hearing stuff next week. I really do believe we'll hear some stuff next week. So let's talk about the agenda for today was going to be about media bias, even in the England game. It's going to be about JOAO FELIX. It's going to be about Harry Maguire, and to finish with your questions and answers. Keith Jenkins, how you doing, buddy? Where are you from? I don't seem to recognise you. Cobby, so do you think we should spend more than 60 million on Maguire, assuming the rumours linking us to him are true? To be honest, I think Maguire's a decent defender. I'm just going to have a quick swig of coffee. He is a decent defender. Is he good enough? I'm not so sure. And the rumours are that we'd have to be spending in the region of £80 million to get him. And to be honest, if I had a choice between Maguire and Matis de Ligt, I'd go for Matis de Ligt. He's much younger, although he's not English or homegrown. For the next, at least, I think, 2 seasons, he won't count towards the squad. So, because the way the squad works, any player who's 21, I think, by a certain date, who's 21 and under, doesn't count towards the squad. Okay, it's only players who are 21 or over. I think 22 at a certain date, whatever the cutoff is. So you'd get someone like Matis FELIX, I think, would be able to non-home player. Now that's important because I think we had 17. You're allowed 17 non-homegrown players. We had 17 non-homegrown players last season, and now that Vinny's left, that'll go down to 16. I think we'll lose one other at least. Maybe Bravo might go, and that'll get it down to 15. But Matis FELIX would not count towards that quarter, so we can go out and get someone like Rodrigo. We can get JOAO FELIX. For argument's sake, we got Rodrigo, JOAO FELIX, and Matis FELIX. We got rid of companies going, and we're going to get rid of, let's say we get rid of Bravo, and we get another, let's say we put Grimshaw through, or another kid who's under 21 as a, let's say, third keeper. Then our non-home quarter is all right. So we still got 17. So that's how it could work. So Harry Maguire, if the rumoured 80 million is there, I think that's too much. Is he as good as Virgil van Dijk? I don't think so. I don't think he's as calm. But it's one of those things. If you buy him for 80 million and he slots in and he's wonderful, then you say it's a cheap deal at 80 million. But I just, my heart is set on Matis FELIX. If he wants to come, yes, there are issues that United will probably pay a lot more. Do you want to go and be a mercenary player in the Europa League and struggle to qualify for the Champions League next season and probably the season after? Because if we're honest, United have to have a big turnaround. They're not going to catch City, probably not going to catch Liverpool or Spurs. I think Spurs will spend a bit of money, and Spurs will maybe pull ahead as well. So, would you really expect to qualify for the Champions League next season, not the season after? Why would someone like Matis FELIX go to United, where he's not going to challenge for the Premier League? He's not going to challenge to even get in the Champions League for probably could be 2 or 3 seasons. What's he going for then? He can only be going for money. So if he goes to United, I don't care what anybody says, he'll be going purely for money. If he comes to City, he'll get the best of everything. We'll be challenging for the Premier League next season. We'll be challenging for the Champions League next season. He'll get a shed load of money. He'll win some trophies next season without doubt. Whilst Pep is here, we'll be winning trophies at Man City. So however many we'll win, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it's going to be. He'll win trophies at Man City. So, that's the kind of guy I want at City. So it'll be very interesting. I've said it before. It'll be very interesting what's going to happen later on this week, because once the Nation League is over, I think deals will start to come through. So Harry Maguire, I think, is overpriced. JOAO FELIX, the rumours are that City have offered him €6 million a year, which is actually it's actually peanuts if you think about it. That's about just over 100 grand a week. If you think his transfer fee is going to be about 90 to 100 million pounds. That's a lot of money to only pay the guy 6 million. But if he's happy with that, 5-year contract, 6 million a year, that's what the rumours are, 6 million euros. That's very, very good for City. So that's JOAO FELIX. I've talked about Harry Maguire and I've talked about Matis FELIX. Let's talk about the bias in the media once again. I didn't watch the England game today. My kids were watching some cartoons and I let them get on with it because I wasn't interested in the England game. To be honest, not in the slightest. I don't see any point having a 3rd, 4th place playoff in the Nations League. You've got 4 teams in there. 4 teams, that's all. Why are you playing a 3rd, 4th place playoff? I just don't see any need for that. And apparently, some of the media, like Martin Tyler, slag off John Stones. And if you hear what Kevin De Bruyne said about that, he said, look, he's, the way he plays at City, you've got players around him who, we know what John's qualities are. And you basically, Kevin De Bruyne said, you've got better quality players playing for Man City than you have for England. He said that ball he played into midfield to Barkley, he said Fernandinho or Gundogan would have, it would have been different if they'd got it. They'd have laid it off straight to the keeper. Maybe not. But, look, I still think it was a poor mistake, and getting caught on the ball as last man, that was a poor mistake. Personally, I just think he made some bad calls. He should have passed that one to the keeper, moved to the side to receive the ball again. Or if the attacker went with Stonesy, then the keeper's free to just move forward with the ball a little bit and pass it out wide somewhere else to Walker or whatever. So I just think he made some mistakes. And then you had Martin Tyler saying again, I think he said it last Thursday as well, and tonight, that Fabian Delph injured Harry Kane. That's not what happened. Harry Kane got injured lunging at Fabian Delph. It was Harry Kane who did the dirty tackle on Fabian Delph. It was Harry Kane who injured himself whilst trying to injure Delph or hurt Delph or whatever. You're going in, flying in late, and some could have argued he could have deserved a strong card there rather than just going off injured. And so Harry Kane injured himself. So you've got Martin Tyler saying again, that's the second time he said that Fabian Delph injured Harry Kane. Now, when you've got somebody in the media repeating a lie, the more often you repeat it, some people are going to believe it. People who've not seen that game will accept that what Martin Tyler said and that Harry Kane was injured by Fabian Delph. Well, that's not true. Absolutely not true. So if you repeat this lie often enough, people who are not aware of what the actual facts and the actual circumstances, they will believe what's said or what's written. I won't go into too much. I mean, we had Keith Jenkins asking about Rabin. I'm not going to go into too much into that. But hey, people are out there lying on Twitter, lying about me on Twitter. And then other people join in and think it's true. So you've got to be very wary. As Donald Trump would say, fake news, fake news. Jamie, can you clear the air on the Rabin situation, please? Who does he play for, Jamie? Are we looking to sign him? I've not heard his name being mentioned in the transfer news. I've already mentioned it, but I'll mention it again, Jamie and Keith. I left Man City Fan TV yesterday. I had a disagreement with Andy, and I decided that I'd want to leave. Now, what I've said is I'm not going to go into discussions in detail. If other people want to, Jamie, believe me, okay, believe me. I'm not going to go into any details about it. If other people want to talk about it, they can do so. Well, you've seen what Rabin said. That what's happened and what he says is what happened. If he wants, or he feels able to, he can, spill the beans. So the people who are involved can talk about it if they want. So what I've said is, people can talk about it as long as you tell the truth. Be my guest. It's for other people to talk about, not for me. I've made my decision. I decided to move on. I've got this new channel. I've got other things going on. I mean, I've been asked to do 3 podcasts. In less than 24 hours, I've been asked to do 3 podcasts. I've been asked to work with other YouTube channels. Okay, not just City, other YouTube channels as well, general football channels. I've been asked to do some writing. I've been asked. I was asked today if I could write a piece for. I won't say who it is yet, but I've been asked if I can write something over the summer. And I've been asked if I want to do some very minor TV and radio work. So, I'll see what comes from it. But so Jamie, that's really all I'm prepared to say. There's been people out there who've been accusing me. I've had somebody today really, some horrendous things. Someone said I've got blood on my hands. Really? Some people have said stuff. They've got whatever their agenda is, whatever their hate is. There are a few people, and it will come out, later on, where they've basically just made stuff up and lied to suit their own agenda, to get some clicks, some giggles, some likes or whatever it is, maybe some retweets or whatever. People think they're in the know. Well, basically, there's very few people in the know in sport or in media or whatever. There's very few people really in the know on certain subjects. So, I think for the time being, I've said what I'm going to say. Jamie says, fair play, I like your content, keep up the good work. Cheers, mate. That's in it away the same. As long as people don't lie about me, people who actually have the knowledge, the people who are ignorant and are just making stuff up without baseless comments, they'll get their comeuppance in one way or another. If anybody who has the knowledge and decide, but for now, I don't need to. You know, I've got nothing to hide, nothing to say, and conscience is clear, and I will move on. As I said in a video this morning, I want to be positive about life, about football, and about this channel, because let's be honest, you know, we've only got so much time in on this earth, so be positive about it. You know, live your life, have some fun. I think someone said, dream as if you're going to live forever. Dream as if you're going to live forever. Live as if you're going to die today. Something like that. So dream as if you're going to live forever, and live as if you're going to die today. So get on, keep having dreams, and get on with your life and enjoy your life. So I want to be positive about life. I want to be positive about football in this channel. Why do I want to be positive about football? Look at the marvelous football we've got at City at the moment. You know, the number of goals we're scoring, 160 odd goals or whatever it was, 170 odd goals last season in 61 games. Look at the number of goals we're scoring. Look at the way we're playing. Look at the fantastic players we've got. And as Pep said in his interview the other day, we're going to get better. We're going to get better, you know, and the longer he stays at Man City, and it'll carry on, you know, as long as Pep stays here, and then everybody's coming through the system. And, you know, sometimes I was chatting yesterday with my brother-in-law, who's a Man United fan, and I said, we've got like a system. I mean, United had a system when Ferguson was there. Ferguson would get more out of the players or more out of the team than was the sum of those individual players. You know, you had people like John O'Shea. You had people like Wes Brown. And you're not going to tell me that these are top draw defenders. But in the system, it worked. In the system United had, it worked. And so you could get away with some players who could, who maybe not be that great, you know, in it as a defender or whatever, but they could work in that system of the manager. And I think Pep's the same. You know, none of us would say that Fabian Delph is a great left back. None of us would say that FELIX Zinchenko is a fantastic left back. Very, very good, playing out of position. But they can do a good job in the system that City have got. And I said not last season, the season before, I said about that season that Zinchenko and Delph got away with making mistakes or maybe not being pressured as much, because City had so much of the ball. We spent so much time going forwards that when other teams attacked, they were very weak when they attacked us, when they broke. And Delph and Zinchenko weren't really called upon a lot. This season, I think it's been more difficult. People have targeted them. Definitely the diagonal ball over them or the ball knocked over the top behind the fullbacks. That's been a target this season. So they've been found wanting and making mistakes. But as I said, they're playing out of position. But Pep has converted them and to be able to do a decent job. And we've seen that in other places where we played people out of position and they've done decent job. So as I said, like Ferguson did, Pep is getting more out of this team than the sum of the parts. I'll go back up and say, Kobe Danke, do you think it's a risk worth taking on FELIX? It's a huge outlay for an unproven player. It is, Kobe. It is. Now, it's a lot of money. City can afford it, so I think that's always a good thing. And you've got to, at the end of the day, trust in Pep and trust in Cheeky. If you look at some of the signings in recent times, generally most of them have been pretty decent. You know, Claudio Bravo notwithstanding. We've got Edison. He's not bad. Kyle Walker, he's all right. Ben Mendy, when fit, he's fantastic. Emery Laporte, bloody brilliant. Garcia, the kid, he looks a dream. He's going to be brilliant. Going forwards, Gundogan's not been too shabby for us. Bernardo Silva, you like? So City do a lot of homework. You know, a lot of scouting of the player and player's background to see whether their attitude and their lifestyle will fit in at City. So there's a lot of work that goes in to check and decide whether these players are worth getting in. So, if they feel it's a lot of money, okay, it's more money than I think we'd want to spend. But if they feel that this is right, it's right to spend this amount of money, on JOAO, FELIX, 90, 100 million pounds, then you've got to trust them. And don't worry about it. It's not our money at the end of the day. And I think you just got to trust that what Pep is doing, what Cheeky's doing. And you've seen, what football we produce, especially over the last 2 seasons, and the way we've won the 2 titles with 100 points and 98 points. I really don't see any need to worry whether he's right or wrong for us. If they go for it, then I trust Pep and Cheeky and Ferrin with the business, the way they're running City. Is there any more questions, guys? Any more for any more? Otherwise, I'll knock it on the head. I think I was thinking of about 30 minutes for the first one today because obviously there's not going to be that much take up when you've got 8,000. When you get 8,000 subscribers, you can easily get 30, 40, 50, 100 people onto chat. When you've got 90 or 100, obviously it's going to be a little bit more difficult. But guys, let's have a look. Kobe, how often am I going to interact? I'll do as much as I can, mate. As much as I can. I said in the video this morning, I'm not sure. That's just being honest. I'm not sure how much I'm going to do, whether I'm going to do a regular live stream as we've done before. My aim is to do as much as I can. If I've got the time, I'll do 1 or 2 videos a day if the subject matter deserves it. What I don't want to do, I don't mind the live streams, and that's more interaction with you guys. It's more questions and answers and chat, not always about football. But what I don't want to do is do videos on football for the sake of it, and basically put out weak content. I've seen others do it, who are doing it for the clicks, who are doing it for the money, and they know they'll get a few thousand views because and they do it for the money. So I don't see massive value in that. I might do stuff, you might do stuff from time to time as a laugh, as a joke, but I don't want to be putting out weak content. So my intention, I don't see any harm with me being unable to do, I think it's probable that I could do a live stream every day. So what's Kobe saying? Look, you guys, I said this before, your positive feedback gives me motivation. I'll be trying to do a live stream every day. But what I'm going to need, I need to get to 1,000 subscribers to be able to live stream off my phone. And there'll be times when I'm out, when I won't be with my laptop, won't be at home, that I won't be able to use my laptop. So I need to be able to be on my phone. So to live stream off my phone, apparently, I need to have 1,000 subscribers, and really don't know when I'm going to, how long it's going to take to get 1,000 subscribers. It could take me 3 months to get 1,000 subscribers. It could take me a month. Honestly, no idea. So, but as long as I've got a laptop in front of me, I'll try and do a live stream every day. I'm not sure exactly what the times are, just because of the work I do and what my kids are up to with their sports. I'll try and do live streams either early or late afternoon, whether it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon or 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the early evening. But I'll try and do that, and I'll try and find a way to try and do a regular spot. And if something's important, something's worth talking about, like I think the fixtures are out on Thursday. So I expect either to do a live stream on Thursday when the fixtures are out, or to do a video about the fixtures. So that's what I reckon. So I'll keep answering the question. I know it's going to keep coming up. So Matt and Ethan, Rabin. I think they want me to talk about Rabin again. I said it a couple of times. I'll quickly mention it. I don't want to go into too much detail. I've left Man City Fan TV. I left yesterday after a strong disagreement, differences of opinion, and this stuff playing out on Twitter. You can go and ask the people who are playing out that stuff on Twitter. Rabin has been one of them. I think he said he's left Twitter today for good. I don't know if that's true or not. Well, yeah, ask him. There are people who he has, it would appear, spoken to, and they can say some stuff. But what I've said on the matter is I don't want to make any comment. To be honest, it's not. It doesn't have to be my place to make any comment, and I'm not going to do that. Other people can make the comments, and what I've asked is people just don't make lies up. You know, there's been several people on Twitter that I've seen who are basically blatantly lying, and that's pretty low. You know, absolute low life. We're making stuff up, putting it out there for whatever their agenda is to get clicks, hits, giggles, likes, whatever it is. So people are just putting lies out there. You know, it's not nice, you know, and pretty juvenile, childish, and low lives to have to do that. Have you got nothing better to do in your lives than to blatantly make up lies? And you know you're making up lies. The guys who are doing it know they're doing it. And they're just doing it for whatever their agenda is, whatever their reason is. That's their problem. It shouldn't be mine. As I said, if other people who are party to what's gone on want to talk about it, want to be open about it, let them do it. You know, as long as they're honest, I've really not got any reason to get involved, and it'll play out however it plays out. And if I need to get involved, if people start lying about me, that's different. But you know, as long as it's honest, I've said be honest. I've got nothing to hide. Let it happen, and however it plays out, it plays out. So hopefully, Matt and Ethan, that's answered your question a little bit. Maybe you guys, it's not in as much detail as you want, but let's see what happens on Twitter in the next 24 hours. You know, there's this talk of people going to the police. So, you know, you could argue, some people say it's not a serious matter. It's making a mountain out of a molehill. Other people say, you know, it's something that you can get the police involved. So, you know, who knows where it sits. Could be somewhere in between those two extremes. So I don't really want to say too much and get too much more involved with that. As I said, I know it's probably not the total answer you guys want, but right now I think it's what I'm prepared to do. Any more questions? I'll give you a couple of minutes if you've got another question, and I'll rattle through that. And you know, we'll get going. But guys, if you know, if you're not subscribed, it'd be great if you can subscribe, because I can't remember, we've got 90 subscribers or something like that. It'd be nice to get that up, because if I can get, as I said, if I can get to 1,000 subscribers, I can do live streams on my phone, so I'm not you know, chained to my laptop. Right now, to do a live stream, I have to be on the laptop. Let me know in the comments. The football fan chat. Hi, Ray, back from dinner. Are you going to do a similar thing to Stephen? To be honest, football fan chat, I don't really know now. It's going to depend on my other commitments, because people are asking me to get involved with other stuff. You know, as I said, I've been asked to do 3 podcasts, and I've been asked to do some stuff on YouTube channels. I've been asked to do some stuff, do some writing. I got asked today, which I'm really looking forward to. You know, I'm surprised, but I've been asked to do something quite a decent level, and I've been asked for some very minor TV and radio stuff. So I'll see. There's a lot of stuff out there, but my intention is to keep going to as many games as I can. That's my intention. I suspect with my family situation, with my wife working away from home, I won't be able to go to as many away games next season as I did this season. It'll be mainly home games, but I'll carry on. I expect I'll carry on into interviewing fans, getting their opinion. I'll carry on doing live streams. I'll carry on doing transfer tittle tattle. You know, whatever's in the news about City. If I've got the time, I'll stick a video. So I don't want, you know, I've enjoyed this last just over a year. I'm sure most of you guys have, and I don't want that to stop if everybody's having a good time. And Cobby, I just want to encourage you to stay strong and keep interacting with us. City Labs to stream on mobile. I could do that, football fan chat. I just need to decide what my way forward is, because at matches before I used to have the laptop, so I would do the work on the phone, you know, do live stuff. It might be that one of the YouTube channels that have approached me, I do something with them where they're not, and I do their City stuff, and there'd be somebody else working with me as well. Who, I mean, and it might just be that I do the actual interviews and stuff. Somebody else does the editing. So that might be the way that goes. I really don't know. It just depends on the offers that are there and what I want to do, and whether you know, and the people who want to work with me. I've got to be comfortable working with them. And I said, I think on the video this morning, there's a lot of stuff I turned down, a lot of partnerships I turned down, just because there are organizations out there that I don't work with, you know, for whatever reasons, usually morality has got something to do with it. There's quite a few organizations I would not work with. So I'm not going to work with them. Football Fan Chat, you could start a podcast on this channel. Yeah, I mean, it could be something like I do a video like this and stick it out on iTunes as well, so people can listen to it. I did some stuff last year when I met some young City fans in Manchester and sat with them for an hour or two and used and took out some videos on that. So it might be I spend some time going, visiting and meeting City fans around town and getting a chat and an interview with them. The Football Fan Chat, will you get Andy on the channel? Is Man City Fan TV gone now, or is Andy going to continue? I have no idea, mate. I would not be getting Andy on this channel because I walked away from Man City Fan TV. I didn't want to stay there anymore. And is Man City Fan TV gone now, or is Andy going to continue? I don't know. You know, you'd have to approach him and ask him. So, you know, he didn't put out a video yesterday. I've not seen anything today. I don't know whether he's going to continue or not. I don't know what his situation is. You know, there's Andy, there's Harry. Harry's not been doing any videos for ages. I know he had, I think last month, they said he had, you know, the bug of putting out content is still there. So I don't think it'll die a death. But that's up to Andy what he wants to do with that channel. But as of now, you know, I'll say this: I'm the only channel putting out videos every single day. You know, 2 videos already today for you guys. So I have no idea what's going to happen with Man City Fan TV. If Andy carries it on, good for him. But it's entirely up to him. You can ask him on Twitter. You can ask him on YouTube, I suspect. So you can email him. His email address is there, so you can ask him. Football Fan Chat, are you doing daily content? I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try my best to do daily content. So something that I wanted to do. I don't see any harm doing a couple of videos a day. You know, depends what people want. Now, I've said this before. What I don't want to do is put out weak content just for the sake of putting out weak content. I'm happy to do a live stream every day. I don't think there's a problem in me doing that, but the problem is getting a specific time because of my work commitments, my life commitments as well. But I'll try and do a live stream every day. And we can chat about all sorts like we do here. We chat, you know, we try and have a laugh. We try and talk about football. We talk about other things as well. So the live stream I think will go on every day. The actual shorter videos, which I want to be aimed at more serious content, where the live streams can be more, you know, jokey and more of a laugh and interaction with you guys, but still talk about the subject matters as well as other things around the world. The football videos, the normal videos that I would do, they have to be more serious and focused on the football. So if there's something worth putting out there, I'll put it out there. So I read that the Football Fan Chat, not saying you're doing this, but no point in putting 2 videos out in one day and then no video the following day. I agree, mate. But it all depends what's the story of the day. You know, if something breaks, for instance, let's look at Thursday. Okay, if I'm right, Thursday is when the football fixtures come out in the morning. So it maybe I do a live stream in the morning, or it maybe I do a video in the morning of talking about the football fixtures. Now, what would happen if 3 hours later we go out and sign Matthijs de Ligt? Depends. I've got to be flexible and I've got to see what's right at that time. But I don't see any harm putting out a live stream and a normal video. You know, as I said, the normal video is going to be more precise, more serious, to the point. You know, maybe it's talking about transfer targets, maybe it's talking about fixtures, maybe it's talking about racism, that's something that's happened, maybe it's talking about media bias, or whatever it is. So I think that'll be what that is. And the live streams will be more fun. Sorry, mate, if it's buffering a lot. It shouldn't be. This is on my home Wi-Fi, so it should be okay. 4G off my phone. So apologies if it is buffering, but we'll get that sorted out. And it's just hopefully it's just teething issues in the future. I mean, I'm sat in my lad's room, so it might not get the best signal here because on my family's. When I used to do live streams before from my kitchen, and there's no family around, kitchen's a great place to do your live streams. But when the family's around, they need my wife needs to cook or whatever, kids need to eat and whatever. So downstairs it's going to be more noisy because kids are playing on the Wii. Whatever, I think playing Super Smash Brothers, trying to get me involved with there. What's your job anyway? Do you mean to make money out of the channel? I don't know, mate. To be honest, when it comes to the time that I can monetize it, I'll see. Obviously, last year we didn't monetize Man City Fan TV. I think we were going to monetize it next year because that helps us to provide better quality content in terms of production, buy a little bit of software and stuff like that, buy slightly better equipment. We got some nice stuff. My iPhone's great for taking a video, but we've got a nice camera. But we would have improved some of the things like the microphones and stuff like that. So we'd have got better audio, maybe better camera. So I think next year I'll see when it's possible to monetize it. Right now, obviously, I can't monetize this channel. When it's ready, I'll see what I need to do. As I said, whether I need a bit of software to do stuff. Yeah, well, we both did. I mean, when you're at games, that's where it tends to be one interviews, other edits, because you can't chop and change too much. You got to get that stuff out. It's just the way it works. It's sad, but hey, life goes on. No one's died, and nothing serious. We just carry on, put a smile on it, and keep moving forwards. Come on, guys. Probably I'll go at 45 because I said half an hour. I'll carry on because questions have kept coming in. I'll try and keep interacting for as long as we can. I think during the week I'll have a little bit more time because my missus not around. So one thing, and we can chat a little bit more. Go on, last question. If you can get one in quick, anybody. There's not many of you still around, but if someone can get a last question in quickly, I'll endeavour to answer it. Otherwise, as I said before, if you haven't subscribed, it'd be great if you can. I tell your mates, this is a new channel. We haven't got many subscribers so far. Yeah, we could come on something like Google Hangouts one day. Yeah, Sani staying, Kobe. I hope so. I really do hope so. And if he does leave, I hope it's for at least 100 million. I mean, can you imagine letting Sani go for 80 or 90 million quid and buying JOAO FELIX for 90 or 100 million? That doesn't make sense. If Bayern Munich wants him, they've tapped him up and tried to unsettle him. And if he wants to go, they should be paying 120 million or at least 100 million. We need to make good money on Sani if he does leave. Right, guys, I think that's my lot. 45 minutes. Do you plan on getting other presents on it? Absolutely. I had people who want to get involved. People have contacted me today and spoken to. So we'll get a couple. I'm hoping to do stuff with other people. It's not just going to be me solely running a channel. I want other people. So there will be interviews with other people. It's not just going to be me. I can argue that I used to know a fair bit about financial fair play because I was interested in it and I studied it and I'm a qualified accountant. But when you got someone like Colin Savage, he knows a lot more than me. So I go to him. We have a chat and quite sometimes quite complex and detailed. But Colin knows a lot more than me. So I will always go to an expert when I need to. I'm still on Twitter. I've got no problem with that. When's the next Q&A football fan chat? There'll be something tomorrow, mate. There'll be something tomorrow. It might be a little bit early. I'm just trying to work out with my kids. I think one of them is doing athletics tomorrow, so I might do something about 2 o'clock tomorrow. And it's going to be a matter of suck it and see. I'll find out when is a good time for people. Maybe 2 o'clock till 3 o'clock. That works for people. It's okay for me. I prefer something later in the day because I want to do a bit of work. But some days, see, I'm for instance, on Tuesday, I'm going to a school to do some workshops for some handicapped children there. So I'm not going to be around, probably back home on Tuesday. After picking my kids up, I might be as late as 8 o'clock. So, when do I do? Because I'm going to be out from I'm out from about 7:30 in the morning till 8 o'clock at night. So where do I find the time? Do I do it some at 8 o'clock? So it might be that I do something at 8 o'clock tomorrow, and it'll just be the few days will just be see where the people are, how many people are on. If there's enough demand for it, then I'll do them at different times. Well, have a good live stream tomorrow, a football fan chat. You're doing one at 2 o'clock. So, guys, it's been nice to have a few of you on, and hopefully, over the next week or two, we'll get a few more. Growing Mecca 1,000 followers. Yes, we don't know how many of them joined and have never come back and never looked at anything, but we had a regular base. So I'm hoping that during the week, because obviously it's Sunday, some of that regular base will still be interested in what I've got to say, especially if there's nothing else out there live streaming. I mean, there's been now from Man City Fan TV yesterday or today, so we'll just see. See you, Cobby. Cheers, mate. I'm sure this channel will grow. There's a lot of people have sent me messages today, wishing me the best, wishing the best for the channel. And as I said, I think there'll be more people on the live streams during the week. And once we get that momentum going, then when we get to the weekends, I think the live streams will be okay as well. But it swings and roundabouts, because if you've got 20 or 30 people, sometimes you get too many questions and they're coming too fast to keep up with it. But fingers crossed, it's just going to be word of mouth, putting out quality content, working with other content providers as well from other football clubs. I've already had somebody, Liverpool fan, get in touch with me today to do some, do some work or work together. And so, fingers crossed, things will come up, and I'll get opportunities like that. Guys, it's been nice to have you on. Hopefully tomorrow will be a little bit smoother, and maybe the elephant in the room will have gone by then, and we can just stick to having a bit of banter, a bit of a laugh, talking footy, talking fun. See you later, boos.